moving on to our eighth team, it's also actually a team from Malaysia. It's Care Concierge from Malaysia. Just a little bit about them. Care Concierge provides at-home nurses, therapists, and caregivers for post-hospitalization recovery as well as elderly care. That's supported by a proprietary technology platform. You know the protocol. We have 5 minutes. Jumpstart your dream now.
Good morning. My name is Martin Yap, and I'm the founder and CEO of Care Concierge. And today I'm going to tell you how we are disrupting, how we are disrupting elder care in Asia. We started out by trying to solve the inevitable, and that's aging. This desire stems from our own life experiences with dealing with my parents and grandparents and making sure that to understand their struggles as it is. In the past, there were very limited options available for the elderly. They had to rely on a family carer to care for them, usually an elderly spouse or their children to take care of them. As the spouse is equally fragile, the burden usually falls on the women, daughter, who have to sacrifice their own careers and their lifestyle to take up this responsibility. And when the stress and burden gets overwhelming, they have no other choice but to send them to a nursing home, a squalid environment which is very undesirable. Well, guess what? Nothing has changed for decades. It is still like this, and we cannot continue to live like this ever. That is why we come along. So in order to innovate, we had to look at the elder care industry in totality, from the active, independent, all the way to the palliative care. And what we realized is that the majority of the products and services are really focusing on the high dependency elderly, leaving a big gap for those that are independent elderly. And our goal is to service the entire spectrum of care for the elderly. And that's how Care Concierge was conceived. So Care Concierge provides nurses, therapists, and caregivers to the home for post-hospitalization recovery and elder care, supported by a proprietary tech platform. We built this platform in order to manage the elderly and their caregivers in the home, as well as to keep them safe. In fact, this app that we have saves lives. One of our care recipients, by tracking their daily activities, the care manager was able to pick up irregularities in the blood pressure and detected an internal bleeding and rushed this care recipient to the hospital through an ambulance. In fact, this app also allows us to connect families together by the very fact that I can actually pull up this app at any time to see how my mom is doing, and so can my siblings that are overseas. Now, we want to make a bold statement. We do not want any more helpers to take care of our elderly, rather than have professional caregivers that know how to take care of the elderly. In fact, we have gone one step further by building a system and also creating a first university certified training for our caregivers. It's about uplifting the profession. And right now, we have about 1,500 caregivers in our system. So the question is, have you ever thought about what are the options available to you? And we're here to provide you the solutions, some of which are very new to the market. So let's start off with the options in home. Majority of seniors prefer to stay in home as long as possibly as they can. And this is what we call aging in place. And we facilitate that by having professional caregivers that we send to the home on demand whenever you require that. And for those that prefer community-based living, we have the next generation of nursing homes, which we call independent living units and assisted living units, ILU and ALU centers. And this is really about a great design environment while we keep the key elements of keeping it to be as homely as possible. What I'd like to show you is actually our new ALU centers, where it's really beautifully designed with a lot of activities for the residents to enjoy on a day-to-day basis. It's about 24-hour care, as well as having our in-house chef that cooks homegrown food. And in fact, we have done such a beautiful design that majority of the developers are actually opening doors for us to become operators for them. What I want to show you now is actually how we close up the gap. And this is actually the first commercial daycare center in the world, right? What you see in the background is actually a whole activity center it's a solution for the families to send their parents to an active environment for them to enjoy on a day-to-day basis. And in fact, we've shown many success. In fact, if you notice, a lot of the elderly are actively enjoying themselves, as well as some of them have actually been improved their lives literally some of them actually could not even move or walk because they're always staying at home. So this is really an option for them. So we have shown all this innovation could not be possible without having a super kick-ass team, a young and passionate team, and we're here to really disrupt elder care. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Perfect timing. Wow. And as usual, judges, please do fire your questions. I'm looking at the live chat right now. So please keep them coming in. Just waiting
So
for
what we
the
do
questions to
is
come in.
that
Now, first
we
one is from
charge by a
Michael. How
monthly
much do
rate.
you charge?
Sure. So what we do is that we do a monthly rate. Our average revenue per unit is about 1,300 USD, and that concludes the monthly packages for the home as well as our centers. What we also do is
Thank you.
that we
Please
actually
keep the
get
questions.
a 20 to 50% margin. Sorry, yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So what we do is that we actually have shown 4 times growth in our performances. We are profitable, and in fact, all our products are actually making money between a 20 to 50% margin, as well as we are again profitable.
Thank you. And just a note while we're waiting for your questions to come in, just to make sure that I can actually phrase the question first, because for some of our audience at home, they may or may not be able to see the chat. So it probably makes it easier for them if they can hear it from me. So first one is
Sure.
Raymond Wong, second one is from Raymond Wong. How do you manage the capital expenditure in opening up care centers, and how does your technology help to provide better care for them?
Definitely. So we have one thing about us is that we are able to manage the capital expenditure because we do operations. So it's really about keeping lean and also making sure it's profitable. But what we also do with our technology is that all our facilities run the technology, so we actually monitor the daily activities and get their families to be part of this process as well. So, for example, when we talk about the technology that really saves lives, we are actually tracking things like their blood pressure, their monitor, and then we can actually use data analytics to pick up when the conditions worsen. Then we can actually send them to an ambulance or control the conditions.
Perfect. Still have a minute. Judges, please keep your questions coming in. This is the best time to ask. Are we done for questions over there? I think that's it for questions. I'm not seeing any that's coming in. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.